I am really into politics, so I had to speak on this. I watch more, listen to more talk radio while driving my truck than I do music at all. So, with that said, it's time for y'all right wings, conservative, left wing liberals to stop playing games with quote unquote the American citizens' lives. I am not a part of either party. I vote in my best interest and the best interest of others who I'm around. So let me say this. First of all, y'all on President Barack Obama right now. Well, maybe even start posting this. Two things even made me post this. Y'all are on Barack Obama right now because it's a world war. Whether we want to accept that or not, we are currently in a world war. The world is at war. That's considered world war. Correct. But y'all are upset at President Obama because he won't let you know what he's going to do. He won't put on national TV what's his strategy in winning a world war. Let me ask you something. I'm not into sports, so I may be wrong on what I'm finna say, but I do know that Alabama and another team, don't know who they're playing, are going to be playing in a championship or some sort. Or let's take the Super Bowl, the biggest game of the year. Do you think the opposing teams are going to tell each other on what's their game plan to win the Super Bowl? And for y'all to be politicians, political, and we vote, and y'all are paid by the work. We go to work every day, pay taxes. Our taxes pay for your salary. Your salary is based upon you going to do something to better our lives, right? But it's not happening. Y'all are playing politics while people are suffering. Barack Obama would be a fool to tell y'all, to tell the world what's his plans in the war. Let's just get that out the way. Period, point blank. He got Bin Laden. Nobody knew he was even after Bin Laden, but the people that was dealing with the attack on getting Bin Laden. That's smart strategy. Nobody knew. So Bin Laden didn't look on CNN, Fox Television, and say, "Oh, Barack is planning on, he's surrounding so and so." So Bin Laden had the time to prepare for it. You stupid. Anybody know that? That's just common sense. And then let's just take this. Let me give y'all a scenario. Sean Hannity, Rush Limbaugh, man, the list go on. Herman the Joe Kane, and I'm not finished. Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson. All of y'all playing games with people's lives. Let me explain y'all something. Let me just. We had Ben Carson. He was number one for a quick second. And that was only political. They had already researched Ben Carson way before Ben Carson started rising in the polls. And they have a strategy. They said, now we get this black man and let him just for a second enjoy the power of being at the top of a Republican. Maybe that'll persuade some black people to vote Republican. At the same time, they show that they're not really trying to be, or do they care about the concerns of American people. They are black American people. It's obvious. When they're calling Trayvon Martin a thug, Mike Brown a thug, but this little white boy can go into a church and kill 9 innocent. He's an individual. He's crazy. He ain't yet to been called a thug. Matter of fact, y'all kind of swept that story up under the window. Y'all up under the door. Y'all had to talk about it for a second because it was mainstream news. Y'all had to talk about it. Right now, y'all continue to do a campaign on the Black Lives Matter. Let me explain something to y'all little boys, man. Black Lives Matter and real people. It ain't a movement. It ain't a group. It's a way of life, and our lives do matter. So whether I'm a part of the Black Lives Movement group, my black life matters. So I don't need your approval. And I don't need you, because I hear y'all on the conservative radio how you talking about they racist. How you talking about they the biggest racist, comparing them to KKK. Man, shut your mouth, man. You know when they come out your mouth that sounds stupid. You name me one white cop, black, even though you can name tons and tons of black on black crime, because y'all do it all day. That's y'all getaway. Whenever we start talking about something, but what about the black crime? But what about the white crime in white areas? What about the fact that y'all go and do mass murder? What about that? Huh? What about the fact that they're killing, the gangs are killing for a way of life to survive? They're killing because they're on the streets selling dope, whether you like it or not. They're on the streets and they're selling dope. And a part of the dope game which y'all perpetuate is a violent gang. But they're not selling dope out there because they're for their political being. They're out there selling dope for a way of life. Kids join gangs for a way of life because they get bullied and picked on every day by people who've already been corrupted by the system of just trying to survive. So you can't even compare the two. You can't even say a dude that go in a freaking movie theater and blow it up, shoot up the movie theater, but no, he ain't going to feed himself. You can't compare that to Pookie, who was on the corner selling dope, and another dude who's struggling just because his mama can barely make it. Y'all got his daddy locked up. The systematic racism that goes on, whether you want to admit it or not, because you can't hold me back. I still survive, so it don't matter what's systematic, but it's still, this is real. Pookie, he can't survive. He got to get out here and sell dope. Ray just lost his partner, and he ain't got his no money. His mama's struggling on crack or whatever the situation may be. He want and he need, so he go out here and he rob Pookie. Pookie ain't just trying to give up his last because he's trying to survive. So Pookie buck. So Ray shoot Pookie. That's what goes on. You can't compare the two. It's a way of life and survival. Y'all kill people all of them just for the love of what? For the love of what? Then you scream this, we want our country back. We love our country. Shut up. Shut up. Sean Hannity, you the main one. I know you probably won't never see that video. I know Rush Limbaugh and all these, Al Sharptons and all them. I'm finna get on the Al Sharptons too. And then the preachers, the black leaders that we have, which is Reverend and Al Sharptons, I'm gonna get on y'all too. I'm just gonna keep it real, all the way real. Now, y'all say you love your country and you want your money back. Half of y'all are rich. Hell, take some of your money. You love it so much, then you pay for it. You help get us out of debt. Stop crying about it. Do something about it. You and all your rich friends can get up billions and millions and millions of dollars for Jeb Bush and all these Republicans that's running. You think about all y'all got 14, 15 Republicans running. All of them, let's just say they all grossed at least 2.5 million. What you gonna need? Way more than that to run a campaign. We all know, but I'm just doing a simple number. Hell, look up how much of the debt you could have paid on then instead of all this extra stuff that y'all are using. So miss me. And then y'all say you want your country back. You love your country. But ever since Barack Obama has been in office, you have spent every day of your radio time talking about Barack Obama and his policies, his administration, everything that goes on, no matter what he say. Hold on, let me ask you a question, Sean Hannity, or just anybody. But I got to get this off my chest on real. If you and your wife were having an issue, and I'm gonna just school you real quick, cause y'all are dumb. This is called game. You know, we got it in the hood. Come on down and get your some. But watch this. I'm finna school you so you'll know. Because this might be beneficial to you, but I'm going to give you an example and tie it in. If you and your wife are having marital issues, the last thing you would want to do is to come on national radio and let the world know that you and your wife are having marital issues. Never seen either one of your wives. I know Rush Limbaugh, you married to them oxycodones, you know, the pills, so you a pill popper, so you be doing your thing. There's some dudes in the hood, they be popping them pills too, and I see how they get down, so I know how you. So you don't even apply to you, Rush Limbaugh. You wouldn't kill you. Use an undercut, you know. Yeah, but this more for Sean Hannity. I don't know how your wife look. I'm sure she's beautiful, and I'm sure that you have friends that would think that she's just as beautiful as you think she's. Right? Okay. You might invite them over, cookouts, dinners, y'all beer drinking and hunting and all that things you're doing. You're crucify a Black Lives Matter movement, and let's crash and support George Zimmerman, who's continued to be a problem. But hold on, I'm walking and talking. But at the same time, if you hold on, I had to open the door. But at the same time, if you went on national TV, your radio show, and you said that me and my wife may be splitting up because of so and so and so and so, it's one of those dudes that you've been inviting to your cookouts and your house parties, and they gonna be like, oh, I'm in. I'm gonna go get me some Sean Hannity wife. I'm just telling you, that's just logic. If you let them know there's an issue, then guess what they do? They're gonna go and handle it. That's called a house divided. So let's just say hypothetically, if you really loved your country and you wanted to win, you wanted to be a strong nation, then the last thing you would do is come on national television and tell them that the United States, your house is divided. The last thing you would do is promote this cause. I mean, just think about it. So while y'all are sitting on the radio talking so bad about the country, the enemy is finna come in here and screw your your life. I hope that'll make sense to you, Sean Hannity. So maybe y'all will, because look at all the violence. You're responsible for more deaths than the Black Lives Movement. So can we say that the Tea Party and the right-wing conservative are a racist group, a violent group? Because if I'm not mistaken, the guy went into the abortion clinic, right? And he killed 3 people. And we're saying no more baby parts. If I'm not mistaken, there's been abortion clinic workers. There's been bombings of abortion clinics. And if I'm not mistaken, right-wing conservatives are the ones that promote this type of behavior. I mean, okay, because the opposite of what y'all conservatives say, that you have to, lives matter, don't get an abortion, even if you're raped. Okay. Now the flip side of that would be, the opposite of that would be, y'all also say wait to marriage, throw that in. Okay. The opposite would be that of have sex. Don't wait to get married. So I'll relate them to something like maybe a strip. People with those Democrats, who's free, may go to a strip club. Right when you do it too. I'm just trying to do anything. But nightclubs, but you don't hardly hear nightclub, strip club getting blowed up. You might not get one point, but it don't matter. Let's stop playing these spin games. And I'm going to just go ahead. And Al Sharpton's, it's time for y'all to sit down. Y'all are on this these boys ain't y'all don't want to retire. Move out the way, because it's a whole new generation. The Bible spoke of these young boys that y'all are condemning, that y'all are talking about and are afraid to let lead the way. It wasn't no Martin Luther King wasn't going to the old heads and trying to get their information, and you studied them. Martin Luther King, matter of fact, just as y'all are doing to the younger generation, don't want to step down, don't want to move all the way. So was done to Martin Luther King. So stop playing these games. Stop being what you were fighting back in the days. Al Sharpton, same as you. Y'all are not doing any good in the neighborhoods. All this marching, and you should be doing a fund. You should put your money where your mouth is. You should put same as you. But we don't need y'all going up here talking on our behalf, because you're not talking about anything. The time of talk is over with. It's time for action. Like the Black Lives Movements, they're taking action. They're boycotting things. Y'all would have marched on a convenient day for the white man. Y'all are playing the white man games. Y'all are leading us into all this craziness. Because honestly, we don't need to be voting for what? We need to be working on our own. But y'all don't want to lead. Let the little youngsters lead. Martin Luther King was young. He didn't use the old heads, because the old heads would tell, don't be saying that to them white boy. You can't be doing all that. Same thing y'all doing. Same. Sit down. Sit down. So let's do a quick summary. Stupid ass Sprint people. Barack should not be televising whatever the plan is, and you shouldn't be requiring him to tell you what the plan is when you're talking about war to win. All you need to be concerned is, just like you're going to do for the Super Bowl, you're not worried about what plays the coaches are putting together right now. You're not worried about all that. Just sit yourself down on the bench, like you would at the Super Bowl, in the arena, at your sofa, wherever you're going to be, and watch what happens. Because it's nothing. What are you going to do? Your talking ain't doing no good. It ain't doing nothing but dividing. Ben Carson was only allowed to get in the top. So now they can use this ploy. How can y'all consider us racist? We had Ben Carson at number 1. Because y'all knew Ben Carson was ignorant when it came to politics. Y'all knew that Ben Carson was in over his head before he even got in. He was allowed, just as the same with Herman Cain. And y'all allowed so y'all can boost them up as, look, we would have voted for him, but they just don't know. They don't know. Y'all knew they didn't know that before you boosted them up there. That's why you allowed them. You knew that if Barack Obama was a Republican, you would have never allowed him, because you would have seen the power in him, that he knows politics. If they would have had any type of political history background, meaning they just would have been in the Senate for 2 years, or some kind of knowledge of how politics really work, then y'all would have never allowed them to get in first place, because the chances were they could have caught a momentum and never could have been slowed down. Just as so as Donald Trump is doing to you now. Every year, y'all play yourself. I watch. Every year, you play yourself. End up with McCain, end up with Romney. Y'all do this. But the Democrats, whether you like it or not, they always get the people that they want in office or running in the general election. They get them there. Less bickering. So you wonder why people run to the left instead of the right. Yeah. The right can't even get it right with they self. Who's going to follow them? You know what I mean? Okay. Third, Sean Henry. I just kind of went over Sean Henry, Rush Limbaugh's. Man, y'all don't love y'all country. Y'all love the microphone. Y'all love y'all self, and y'all love y'all fame. Stop playing with yourself. Just be real with yourself. You ain't trying to save the country. You ain't. Black Lives Matter. We don't care what y'all say, and I'm not a part of it. Don't get me confused. I am a black life, and I matter. I don't need to be a part of organizations. I did that for 28 years. Part of the game, Crips. I was part of an organization. I don't did the following and all that. I'm not interested in that. Now I choose to be an individual. But as an individual, we all can make a difference for everybody. If I individually get up out of here and work every day and get myself in a better situation where I'm able to have a lot of money, then guess what? I can take that money and I can help others, bless others in their life. So just as an individual, I can do something. I can get out here and I can change these young guys' lives when I know that I used to be in a gang and that's not the way to go. And I see you going down the same path I can get out here as an individual and I can talk to you and I can change things. As an individual, I cannot complain about the taxes, even though I can barely afford to live myself, but I still pay taxes because I know that taxes go to anything to help things that's bigger than I. So stop crime. Stop dividing for somebody to come in there and do your wife. You're going to tell the world one day that you and your wife are having problems. Your partner going to be over there, man, yeah, I heard that you and Sean are having issues. You know, I can make it all better. Because that's what y'all doing with America. The terrorists, the people, the enemies are just sitting up there like, what? Man, they so confused. Man, we can go ahead and just do whatever we want to because they're whatever. Let's go holler at them. Let's go holler at the other side of Americans who y'all are outcasting. Let's go holler at them. See if we can radicalize them. See if we can get into them. See if we can pop that cherry. That's what they're saying. Sean Hannity, y'all is not smart though. Get it together. Then the last thing is, I don't even know. That's enough said. So stop playing games. I know the games. And that's the true breakdown of what's going on.